Welcome back, everybody. This is Landon Eskers with Pyxis Lab. Today we'll be going through a full startup and operation tutorial of our MFA series panels. The MFA or Titronex series is our wet chemistry analyzers used for monitoring water in many different applications. We have 5 total variants. We have free chlorine, total chlorine, orthophosphate, anionic polymer as PAA, as well as calcium hardness. Today we'll be looking at our MFA-100, the free chlorine variant. As you can see, we have the panel itself out of the box. Comes with 2 stir rods, which we'll talk about later. All the tubing needed, as well as anchors for mounting it, 2 cleaning brushes, 1 fine lead cable, and your reagent cartridge. Now keep in mind the reagent cartridge is sold separately. Make sure when you buy the panel, you buy the correct cartridge along with it. Now let's get started. Let's go ahead and get this mounted on the wall. There's 2 options. You can either use the mounting bolts included in the package to put it directly onto a wall, but today we have this unistrut here, so we're just gonna hang it up using the 4 anchors provided on the panel. You're good to go to get everything else set up. One of the very first things you want to make sure you do once you get it hung up on the wall is to put your stirring rod into the reaction chamber here. It comes with 2 in a bag. You'll just need 1. Simply take it, put it directly in this gap, and drop it. Keep this one in case you ever lose that or need a replacement. Once you've got your stir rod in, you're going to want to go ahead and drop in your cartridge. Pretty simple. Just make sure to take off this clear plastic cap when you first get it. You'll want to pull this tab out and turn it so that it stays open. Put the logo facing towards you, drop it in, give it a little push, and then make sure to lock the pin back into place. All right, the next step is to go ahead and get all your plumbing set up. So there will be 3 plumbing lines on this panel. On the left here is your inlet. So take whatever your water source is, use 1/4 inch tubing and pop it right into the quick connect fitting. And that is your inlet. And then there are 2 outlets over here on the left. The first one is going to be your recycle or your drain outlet for whenever the panel is in idle in between testing. So this can go either back into your process or to drain, no problem. And then the other outlet, seen on the top right of the chamber here, is your outlet for after a reaction has occurred. So this will include your reagent mixed water. So you'll want to send this to whatever drain you have that is safe. Now that we've got the panel fully ready to go, we're going to get it started up. You want to make sure that you have your water flowing. So we're going to turn on our city water flow, and then simply plug it in using the 3-prong male outlet provided into any standard wall outlet. As you can see, everything is powering up. Give everything some time to get settled and get turned on and initialized. Now that we've got water flowing to it, it's turned on and everything has initialized, I'll kind of go over the flow patterns here and the different controls that we have. So starting on the left, we have our ultrasonic flow meter, the FS100, that is used with PID control to control this motorized ball valve. So water will flow through there into this 3-way valve. Now this is where you will decide where the water is flowing during operation. So when it's in idle, it'll be going down the drain. And then when it hits the sample mode, it'll open upwards into the reaction chamber here and then exit on this outlet to wherever that's flushing to. One thing to note too is we do have a water savings mode where you can unplug this outlet, put a plug in it, and it'll deadhead the water here when you're not sampling and it's in idle. And then you can set the amount of time that you want the water to flush out the reaction chamber before actually running the sample. So that's a feature that can be done in your settings under measure, scroll all the way down to the bottom, water save function, turn it to yes, and then flow detect time, set that time that you want to flush the sample. Also with the FS100 here for flow control, you can easily change that set point by hitting the OK button in the middle, hitting the right arrow twice to get to pattern, down arrow to get to set point, and then use the arrows to adjust as needed. We recommend pretty low, anywhere from 100 to 600 milliliters a minute on this panel. So as low as you need to use as much water as you want, and then hit yes, and yes again. And then you can scroll down to exit and back over to get to your main screen. And you'll see this valve start adjusting to read accurately on the flow. Now we'll go ahead and go over everything that's incorporated into our HMI display here. So the two big things that you'll see are your most recent reading of your test. That also shows the step that you're in and the interval for how long. So right now it's in idle and there's 5 minutes until the next step. And then on the right top box, you see your reagent percentage left. So that's actually telling you how much reagent is in the cartridge still so that you know when you need to replace that. And it also shows the expiration date. This graph here right underneath that is going to graph all your latest readings so that you're able to trim the data and get a quick snapshot of that. And then if you hit the bottom arrows, this is showing your steps. So it'll walk you through what step you're currently in and show you the next ones and also the reaction. And if you scroll down, you can see the diagnostics, which can be useful for our service team if you're having issues. There's also a button in the top right for measure now. If you're in a long idle period and you want to go ahead and get a live reading, you can just hit measure now and it'll start that entire cycle. Speaking of cycles, if you go to setup in the top right, and then the password should already be put into place, but if not, you can find that in your user manual and hit login, and then measure in the top left. And then the big setting here is the measurement interval. This is where you can adjust how long you want to idle in between your tests. You can do anywhere from 5 minutes to 120 minutes, depending on how often you want to run your tests. If you notice on the bottom of our HMI here, we have an 8-pin female connector. That's gonna be used with your flying lead that comes in the box. You'll simply hook it up there. That can send the signal out to any PLC, DCS, or building system. On the flying lead, you have many wires, including your Modbus RS-45, as well as two positive 4-to-20 signals, one for your most recent reading and the other for the reagent percentage left. There's also one thing to note, there's only one 4-to-20 negative wire, so if you're landing both, you just simply jump the negative between them. Now that you've got everything communicating and you're able to see your reagent percentage remaining, you'll know when you're starting to get low. Each reagent cartridge has a different lifespan and amount of tests it can run, which can be found in your appropriate user manual. But once you do see that that is getting low, you need to replace the reagent. Simply go over to Setup, log in, Reagent, and then hit Replace Reagent on the right, and Yes to continue. Now it's going to close any valves necessary and prepare the reagent to be removed. Now it's unlocking. Make sure you wait until it gives you the all clear to pull the reagent out. Now you can see it says unlock complete. You may now remove the reagent cartridge. So you'll simply go over here just like when you first put it in and pull the tab out and turn it to leave it open. Pull up on the reagent cartridge itself and then put your new one in and turn it so it snaps back into place. As you can see, once you do that, it tells you it's removing air from cartridge and it's performing cycles on the peristaltic roller that is going to clear the air out of the cartridge and prime it so that it's ready to go. Also, when you first put your reagent in upon startup, if you notice that the first few readings are a little lower than you expect or a little erratic, it could be because there is air in the reagent tubing. What we would want to do is allow a few tests to run to try to get the air out, or you can simply do the replace reagent process, but then put the same cartridge back into place and it'll run the priming process to get the air out and you'll start getting your accurate test. Once you've made sure that your reagent is primed and that everything is working well and you're still getting a reading that seems off from whatever handheld or offline test that you're doing, using a grab sample. In this case, we are using our SP800 to get a free chlorine test, and we see that we're reading about 2.3 here on the panel, and the actual test was about 1.95. So if that's the case, you'll do a calibration by going to Setup, log in, Measure, hit Slope Calibrate. Make sure not to do zero calibration, unless instructed by a Pyxis representative. So hit Slope Calibrate, click in the box, type in the value. In this case, it's 1.95, the check mark, and then hit OK. It'll give you a slope calibration successful. You can hit exit. It's important to note that it's not going to change your last reading. That is a set reading, so it'll simply put into effect the slope calibration onto your next sample. One other cool feature we have on this panel is there are two active dry contact relays that can be used to turn on and off alarms based on high and low settings, whether that's flow, your reading, or your reagent life, just to give a little more vision into how your panel is functioning overall. These brushes can be used to clean your reaction chamber. So when you're changing out a cartridge and this is open, you'll simply use the brush to dig down and clean into that chamber. Or you can use the backside as a magnet to pull out the stir rod that's in there if need be. Thank you for joining. I hope that was helpful. If you have any more questions or need any information, feel free to reach out to us at any time via the website, the phone lines, social media. You know how to do it. Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace. I do believe.